What up, YouTube? Salvador Brigman here. Welcome to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. And today, I'm actually going through a lesson on how to use blogging as a way to grow traffic and sales to your online business. So if you're interested in organic traffic from search engines, traffic from social media, traffic from people stumbling on your blog and then joining your email list, getting notified about new sales or new products you're coming out with, or a new Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaign, blogging is a great way to do this. And the cool thing about blogging is that, number one, as you develop a library of content, you actually can share that out regularly on your social media feeds. And number two, the more you do blogging, the more blog posts you put out, the higher your domain authority is in the eyes of Google. And therefore, you're going to rank better for key terms. You're going to have people linking to your articles, which improves your overall domain authority. And in the long run, it's a great way to build up the organic traffic to your website. So I first want to go into the actual technical specs of blogging, like how to set up a blog for your e-commerce store. And then I want to get into the real reasons why blog posts get traffic, how to optimize your blog so you get more email subscribers, and the value of blogging. Bread and butter, what do you need to do? What kind of stuff do you need to write? How do you generate blog post ideas, particularly if you're in a weird industry or some kind of an industry where you're struggling to come up with those ideas? This is going to be a very, very comprehensive video. And now if you have an online store on something like Shopify, or you have an online store on Squarespace, I really can't help you very much with this video. Most of this video is going to be covering WordPress. So if you are interested, if you're sort of in the beginning stages, you're interested in starting an online store, you're interested in looking more into blogging, then this is going to be the perfect video for you. But if you're a bit further along, probably not the greatest video for you. You can go and check out some of the other videos on this channel. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. You'll get notifications when new videos come out. But this one, folks, is going to be primarily focused on WordPress and blogging. Okay, so let's get started. Particularly, the reason why I love WordPress is because it comes out of the box with so much great functionality. Number one, you gain access to all of these different free and premium themes if you want to, pay money, that you can install via WordPress. So from the themes menu, you can just very quickly click wordpress.org themes, and you'll be taken to a marketplace with all of the different themes that you can choose from for an online store, for a blog, etc. So it's very simple to get up and running. You can go through the popular themes, the ones that other people are downloading, like Royal Magazine. That looks really, really cool. Consulting theme, if you're starting more of that kind of website. There are a bunch of here, as you can see, and some of them, if you want to, you can type in one specific to e-commerce. If you're trying to start more of a magazine, you can also go in the search bar and do that. But I'm just kind of showing you here that there are lots of free themes and also premium ones that you can discover with the WordPress themes marketplace. Now, in addition to these themes, there are also things called plugins that you get with WordPress. So number one, with WordPress, you have all this functionality, these things on the sidebar, as you can see. So you can upload media, videos, images, songs. You can create pages, which will be pages of your website. You can create blog posts. On your dashboard, you get a bunch of stuff, like you can see statistics in terms of the number of people that have visited your page, all of that kind of stuff, and in particular, certain pages, how many people have visited those in your comments. This is kind of the bare bones of WordPress. But where WordPress gets really, really cool is when you go to the plugin section. So the plugin section is where you actually expand the functionality of your website. So I've used the plugins in the past to do things like create a crowdfunding platform. And I actually have another YouTube video which goes through how to create your own crowdfunding platform using WordPress and using Ignition Deck. This is a plugin you can install in order to create a Kickstarter-like marketplace. But there are other plugins you can also install, like Jetpack, which gives you information about your WordPress visitors, the people that visit your website. You also have WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a great tool that allows you to create products. It allows you to track sales, to do taxes, inventory, all of that kind of stuff. In fact, if you want to, right now, we can just go into this WooCommerce plug in here, and you can see that if we were to getting orders, we'd have a bunch of data here on all of that kind of stuff. If we wanted to create a new product which would be available in our online store, we would just click add product, have the product name, description, categories, tags, images, all this kind of stuff here, like a regular price, just sale price, inventory, shipping, tons and tons of stuff, virtual or downloadable product, all these attributes, etc. The reason I'm showing you this, I'm going through this very quickly. I don't necessarily want you to follow along with me. I'm just giving you an idea of the power of WordPress and why it is something you should be looking into much more if you want to create an online store or if you want to create a blog. Now let's go back to the plugin section here and let's look at some of the other plugins that you could potentially install if you were to go with WordPress and create a blog or an e-commerce store out of this. So along with the themes marketplace with WordPress, there's also the plugins marketplace. So the plugins marketplace, you can see here, I already have Jetpack installed. There are things like WP Super Cache. What is that? That's basically to get your website to run faster, you can use caching, and this will do it all for you. You have other things here, like if you want to test your theme, you can have a theme checker. We can go and look at some of the popular plugins that are out there in the actual marketplace and see what other people are installing, like contact forms. What if you want someone to contact you from your website? Or Yoast SEO. I actually use the Yoast SEO plugin on my other website, crowdcrux.com. And you guys might know of crowdcrux.com. I started this a while ago. It's all about crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, raising money in this way. The recent podcast I did was talking with a gentleman, a team actually, who raised $1.2 million on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and they shared exactly what they did and how they were able to do that. I also share very comprehensive posts like how to start an online store with WordPress. I can actually link to that one if you want in the description of this YouTube video. Also have other tips and stuff like about equity crowdfunding, how to create a pre-launch page before you go on Kickstarter. All this kind of stuff is about crowdfunding, Kickstarter, entrepreneurship on this particular website. And WordPress powers this website. I'm using WordPress to actually power all of the functionality for the theme, the plugins. I talked about the SEO plugin. That's all coming from WordPress. And there are, of course, other plugins you can install as well, like a Google XML sitemaps, security kind of stuff. Lots of different stuff you can install with the WordPress plugins marketplace. So now that you're getting a little bit of an idea of the value of WordPress, and this is all out of the box, this is all free, which is great. And now that you're getting a better idea of what you can use WordPress for and some of the functionality here, I do want to introduce you to a new offer that the folks at Bluehost actually decided to put together for this community. So if you're a fan of my website, crowdcrux.com, or you are a fan of this YouTube channel, you're a fan of my podcast, you will gain access to this exclusive offer, and I will link that down below in the description of this YouTube video. So with this exclusive offer, which is only available for my fans, you can start a blog, start a WordPress website. You can get access to all of this functionality, install themes, install tons of free plugins. You can get that for only $2.95 per month. This is a special price. If you don't like it, there's also a 30-day money-back guarantee. And finally, the great thing about Bluehost is you don't have to worry about setting all this stuff up. They have a one-click WordPress install, a free domain, and also if you want to, they have a site builder. So you're getting all of this for the exclusive price. It's not $7.99 per month. It's $2.95 per month. You just have to get started now, though, guys. This is an offer. I'm not sure how long this is going to go, but I'm going to include a link in the description. So this is for fans of CrowdCrux, and with that link, you can join Bluehost. You need to join a reputable hosting provider if you want to be able to use WordPress. So you need something to actually host the website. You're not hosting it on something like a rinky-dink server or online or something like that. You need professional hosting, and honestly, $2.95 per month does not break the bank and is a very simple entry point for getting started for building an online store and also building out a blog for your business. The other cool thing about Bluehost, I think, is that these guys have always been very supportive of me. I do have a little bit of a development background, but like I've always run into different issues and different stuff has happened with my website and just not really understanding all of the stuff when it comes to the technology side. So they've been very, very helpful over the years. If I wanted to, I can always just pick up the phone. I can call them. They have 24/7 support service, which is kind of unheard of, having 24/7 service. So they've always been very helpful. And over the years, as I've grown my actual traffic to my website, I've stuck with these guys. So I do recommend them. And this is a good offer, I think, for you. So if you're interested, go and check out the link in the description. But now I want to get into the actual strategy behind blogging. So in order to introduce you to this, I want to introduce you to another website that I run. This is my personal blog. So we're going to be using my personal blog as an illustration of, number one, how do you set up an optimized blog? But number two, I also want to get into how to generate blog ideas, because I know a lot of you out there might have difficulty brainstorming what to write on or how to write, how to structure these articles, that kind of stuff. I'm going to give you a primer in today's video. So the first thing you'll notice when you come to this website, if you visited this website, I've visited my website a bunch. First of all, you would get a pop-up here. There'd be a pop-up which basically offers you to join my email list, and you'll also gain access to some other free stuff, and I'll send you an article and such like that. So the number one thing you can do to get email subscribers for a blog or your own website is to install a pop-up using something like Opt-in Monster. That's what I use to do my pop-ups. But the other thing here is my homepage is optimized to generate email subscribers. As you see, there's this little white box here where if you want to learn more, particularly a video, a training video that I put together, you can just click learn more. And if you want to, you can watch this video. All you have to do is go to this landing page, which I put together with lead pages, and join this free course, part 0 of 3. When you enter your name and email address, you will gain access to this video. I'll also introduce you to me, my story a little bit, some of the other things I've learned about blogging over the years, and go into some of the other videos that I put together for you to get you up to speed with blogging. So number one, to get more email subscribers, you can optimize your homepage. But there are some other things here that I also want to go through. So there are two different types of blogs and blog posts. Number one, there's educational blog posts. Number two, there are entertaining blog posts. And some of these also skate the line a little bit, like you can be entertaining and educational. It's usually difficult, but I tend to see that it either works well that you're informing people, you're connecting them with resources, you're educating them in some way, you're sharing advice and tips, or you're being entertaining, you're sharing something funny, something that's inspirational, something that's going to make someone laugh, or they just want to send their friends because it reminds them of their friends. You can think of BuzzFeed as an entertaining kind of a blog. So there are two different types, and really it depends on what your niche is and what the type of product it is that you're selling. So this is an educational blog post that says the 9 types of blogs that make good money. So the first thing you'll notice here is on the home page here, my top bar is scrolling. So if anytime you wanted to, you could check out this business accelerator that I have, and you can opt into the email list there. You'll join a wait list actually, and you'll be notified when I open up this for new bloggers and people wanting to earn a full-time income from blogging. So number one, there's an email capture option here. Number two, on the right-hand side, you have a little bit of information about me. You got my good-looking mug here. I got to actually update this because I have a beard now, but this is an older photo of me. Have some information about me. I'm into crowdfunding, online business, these different things. Then you have another Facebook group to join, and that's another way that I can actually begin to gain an audience of people that are interested in this topic. So I also have a Facebook group on crowdfunding. I have a LinkedIn group on crowdfunding. So now I'm starting to transition into another vertical. So one of the very first things I've done is I've set up a Facebook group. I'm starting to get people to join via this sidebar. But this could also be an email opt-in if you'd want. Have a few different featured posts and that kind of stuff. And then there's really just the content. And this content is meant to be educational. Now, I talk a bit about the different types of content people are looking for, like educational information, entertaining distractions, news alerts, and of course, solutions to problems, which is where our products come in. These are the main niches. And then in this article, I go through the major industries when it comes to blogging, and also I link you up with some examples. So this is a very helpful article. I think it probably took me like an hour and a half maybe to put together, maybe 2 hours. I'm more of a fast writer. It's kind of like, that's what I'm good at. But this article is meant to be helpful. After you're done this article, you should feel like, wow, this is actually really good. This is good information. I want more information like this from Sal. It's not like trickery or something like that. I'm just sharing good information. And if you want to be educated more, or you want to bring me on as your teacher when it comes to blogging, then I have an opportunity at the end. If you want to start your own blog, I link to a landing page. And if you also want to subscribe, you can subscribe here, build your own online business. There's some more content, more free content that you can check out. And finally, at the very bottom here, I have another link, which is driving people to my email list. So as you can see, while yes, I am sharing free content, and yes, this is something that took me time to put together, this free article, at the same time, I'm going to have a certain number of people who come to this article who find it to be helpful and then want more information from me. So they're going to join my email list, or they're going to hop on at the end of this article to learn how to become a full-time blogger. So the blog is not meant, at least if you're selling a product, it's not meant in and of itself to make a bunch of money. What you're using it for is a relationship building tool. You're using this so someone comes across this article, they find it to be helpful, they join your list, they educate a little bit more, and eventually you can introduce them to a product. And maybe for you, let's just say you have a blog about fashion. You're trying to raise money for a fashion product, or you have a beauty product of some sort. What are some of the things you could share that would be like this article, that would be educational? Well, I don't know a lot about fashion, but as a guy, maybe you could say fashion items that every man should have during the wintertime, or are scarves really not masculine? Because I've always been wondering that, like, is it masculine to wear a scarf? Is it kind of girly, or different masculine ways to improve your masculinity, like use this watch or use this thing or carry this kind of a wallet. Different things, even like in a younger demographic, like if you're going out, how should you dress, or how should you dress if you want to look cool but not like overly businessy, and these different things. So you can put together educational content for that kind of an industry. And even for a female demographic, you could say cheap hacks and ways to look nice without having to spend money on expensive makeup. Or you could say easy ways to look cute without breaking the bank. You could take this title, literally take this title from me. So this title is 9 types of blogs that make good money. You could say 9 types of clothing items that make you look cute with quote unquote, or parentheses, without breaking the bank. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel here, guys. You just need to come across an article. You can customize the headline and then create content that's going to be helpful for that person. So let's see, like personal finance. I honestly don't think a lot of people would be in personal finance, particularly that are listening to this video, but health and fitness. Let's just say health and fitness, you're starting a blog in health and fitness. You could say, let's just say you're also selling a product, obviously, in that industry. You could say 5 ways to lose more fat effectively in the next 30 days, free ways. Read this article for a new scientific study which talks about maybe how to gain more muscle mass. Or you could talk about an easy way to work out throughout the day. And this could be something very simple, like, I don't know, maybe you're every few minutes you're getting up and stretching, or you're walking while you're typing on your laptop. These different things, and having like a treadmill, kind of a workspace. Easy hacks for busy workplaces, and these different things to be more healthy. You can easily see how when you come from the educational angle, you can create content that people are going to want to read because it's helpful, it's value. And this is a very simple way to get people onto your website. And once they're on your website, people are more likely to then join your email list. So this is all about relationship building. Now let's talk a little bit about entertainment content. How could you use entertainment content to actually build your blog? So I'm coming here to another article on my personal website. And this is a video actually I have on YouTube, which is where I basically did a vlog video of when I went to EZoo. EZoo is Electric Zoo. It's a music festival. It's really crazy, a lot of fun, crazy costumes, so much. I just had so much fun and a lot of good times at this party. But I was only able to do this. I did this on a Friday because my job is awesome. I'm able to work at home, and I also have people helping me out. So if I want to, being my own boss, I can take off on the odd Friday and go and do something like this with some friends and go to a festival or do whatever. So if you also wanted to do this, what I was saying is you can learn how to become a blogger. So this is an example of info styletainment, where like I'm sharing a bunch of stuff here. I'm going into what it was like, how fun it was. I'm taking you with me, and I'm showing you what it was like at EZoo. And it was fun, so this is kind of entertaining a bit. But I'm also saying here, if you want to do the same thing, you can also learn how to do that. And I share with you a link on this blog post as to how to do that. And if you want to join the wait list for this program, you can do that here. So let's just show you very quickly. This is the video that I have that's talking about EZoo and how fun it was. And I take you through the entire experience, New York, going to this island, how fun it was. I really try to make it a story for everyone, and the story is meant to be entertaining. It wasn't very difficult to actually film this video and to just show everyone how fun it can be and how you can spend your time, and then talking a bit to the camera about my lifestyle and about blogging and these different things. So I'm using the content as an excuse to direct people to an email list or to direct people to my content and these different things. So it's a lot of fun, but it's also educational. It's also talking about how you can do this and how life, business isn't all just stale and not fun. Business can also be fun. Business is one part of life, and you can be doing other things. You can be seeking to create an online business so you can spend time with your family maybe. You don't have to go to EZoo necessarily. You could be spending time with your family and going on trips and these different things. All I'm doing is I'm sharing with you another example of how you can use content to get free traffic onto your website and then convert that into email subscribers who then purchase your products. Now, you could also use this for if you're listing products on your website and you have, let's just say, a site, an e-commerce site about backpacking and that kind of stuff. Let's just say, or one about food or crafts or these different things. Let's just say like backpacking for this example. You could put out an article talking about the top 10 hikes in the United States you have to do before you're 30, you're 35, you're 45. These are things you have to do, honestly, before you die. Like, you have to go on these hikes because they're just amazing. It's nature. It's beautiful. And that's educational content. You're sharing resources. You're sharing information. And also, people who come to that website, you might have in your sidebar some of the products that you're selling, or a link to an email capture which talks more about hiking, and then introduce people to your online store. Or you might have here your shop. Have like a shop link here, and people could go to that shop and they could see what you're selling. So you're creating content that is targeted and tailored to your demographic. Could be educational or entertaining. That's an excuse to get people on your website, provide them a little bit of value. And once they're there, a certain percentage will check out the other stuff you're doing. We'll check out the products you have. We'll check out other links you have. Like I have my podcast, all this kind of stuff. People advertise, etc. And that way, you can use it as a way to begin the relationship. And over time, you'll start to get even more traffic from this organic sharing, get more traffic from search engines, have more people discovering you. And that's how I built up an audience of over 20,000 people on my email list who know who I am, who know what I do, and a certain percentage of them buy my products, buy my books, all that kind of stuff. You can do the same thing for e-commerce. You just have to generate some ideas, some ways you can be helpful, write a blog post on it, and share it. Doesn't have to be super fancy, doesn't have to be all that professional necessarily. It just has to be helpful, just has to be entertaining. And you can use this formula to get get more traffic, get more email subscribers, increase your sales, and do it without spending money on advertising. So I'm going to close out this video. Thank you so much for listening this far. This is one of my longer training videos that are out there. I'm going to include the links to all of the resources I mentioned in the description down below. And if you did like this video, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. But finally, guys, if you want to be able to make a WordPress website like this, if you want to start blogging, honestly, I would not use anything else besides WordPress for blogging. WordPress just works out of the box. You can create posts, you can create pages, you can install plugins, you can install themes. You get a ton of functionality. You can also use it to power your online store using WooCommerce, the WooCommerce plugin. You can go on a website like ThemeFuse and look through all these different premium themes as well. Themes that are just amazing. Like, it looks like you spend $5,000 or like $10,000 to get this website developed. You can create an e-commerce store that way. But the first step to doing this, the first step for setting up an online store, the first step for setting up a blog and starting to get free traffic online is you need a way to host WordPress. You can try and figure it out yourself, but I find the easiest way is to just go with a trusted provider like Bluehost. You have going back to what I said before, you have the one-click WordPress install. It makes it super easy. You have 24/7 support. You get a free domain and site builder, and it's also, for you guys, this is an exclusive price of $295 per month for the fans of CrowdCrux. So if you are interested in getting started, don't wait. Get started now, guys. It's easy to put things off. You find a few months down the road, you really haven't made any progress. This is the first step towards setting up your own blog, your own online store, your own website. You can get started for $295 a month, which is literally the price of a cup of coffee. There is no excuse. You get access to all of this free functionality with WordPress. You also, if you decide later, you make the decision now to get started via the link below this YouTube video, and you're like, actually, that was a bad decision. I don't want to do that. You can always just get a free money back guarantee. So in 30 days, just let them know and you'll get a money back guarantee, and you can go and do whatever else you decided to do. Or if you don't want to start a business, then you can decide not to do that. So there is no risk here involved. If you're at all interested in getting started online in blogging or e-commerce, go and get started now with these guys. They're trusted. I've been using them for, I think, 5 years now. So it's been a very long and prosperous relationship. And only recently have they actually introduced some of these exclusive offers to me, just because I've been growing as an influencer, growing my traffic, and becoming much more of an expert in the space. So that's why they're willing to give us this exclusive offer. Again, my name is Salvador Brigman. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.